Delonte West, a name that once echoed through packed arenas, a name that brought excitement to fans and hope to teams. For many basketball enthusiasts, Delonte was more than just a player. He was a symbol of perseverance, a testament to what hard work and raw talent could achieve. His journey from the playgrounds of Maryland to the bright lights of the NBA is a story filled with both inspiration and caution, a tale that reminds us of the heights we can reach and the depths we can fall. To some, he was a rising star, a point guard with lightning-fast reflexes and a smile that could light up the court. But before the fame, before the roaring crowds and the national headlines, Delonte was just a kid with a dream. Growing up in a tough neighborhood, he found solace in basketball, using the game as an escape from the challenges of his environment. The court became his sanctuary, a place where he could forget about the world and focus on the rhythm of the ball, the squeak of sneakers and the swish of the net. But behind the scenes, his journey was a whirlwind of triumph and heartbreak. Even as a teenager, Delonte faced obstacles that would have broken many. He battled injuries, family struggles, and the constant pressure to succeed, yet every setback only seemed to fuel his determination. He spent countless hours honing his craft, pushing himself to the limit, refusing to let adversity define him. His resilience became his trademark, and soon college scouts began to take notice. Drafted in 2004, Delonte played alongside legends, showing grit and heart every single night. His college years at St. Joseph's University were nothing short of spectacular. Alongside teammate Jameer Nelson, Delonte led his team to an undefeated regular season, capturing the attention of the entire nation. His ability to read the game, make clutch plays, and inspire those around him made him a standout prospect. When the Boston Celtics called his name on draft night, it was the culmination of years of sacrifice and hard work. But the pressure of the NBA spotlight combined with personal battles started to take a toll. The transition from college to the pros is never easy, and for Delonte, the expectations were immense. Every game was a test, every mistake magnified. Off the court, the challenges multiplied. The demands of fame, the scrutiny of the media, and the weight of personal issues began to chip away at his confidence. He struggled to find balance, often feeling isolated despite being surrounded by teammates and fans. Delonte opened up about his struggles with bipolar disorder, a move that took guts in a world where athletes are expected to be invincible. In a culture that often stigmatizes mental health, especially among men and professional athletes, Delonte's honesty was both rare and courageous. He spoke openly about his diagnosis, the mood swings, the dark days, and the constant battle to stay afloat. His vulnerability resonated with many, sparking important conversations about mental health in sports and beyond. As the seasons passed, injuries and off-court challenges mounted. Teams changed, roles shifted. Delonte bounced from the Celtics to the Seattle Supersonics, then to the Cleveland Cavaliers, where he played alongside LeBron James. Each new team brought fresh hope, but also new challenges. Injuries sidelined him at crucial moments, and off-court incidents made headlines. The stability he craved seemed always just out of reach, and the game he loved began to feel like a burden. By 2012, Delonte was out of the NBA. The league that had once embraced him now seemed like a distant memory. For many athletes, the end of a professional career is a difficult transition, but for Delonte, it was especially hard. Basketball had been his identity, his purpose, his lifeline. Without it, he struggled to find direction. The structure and support of the NBA were gone, replaced by uncertainty and isolation. For most, that would be the end of the story. A former star fades into obscurity, remembered only by diehard fans and trivia buffs. But Delonte's journey was far from over. In many ways, his most difficult battles were just beginning. The loss of his career triggered a downward spiral, as he grappled with depression, financial troubles, and the lingering effects of his mental health struggles. But for Delonte, the real battle was just beginning. Without the structure of professional basketball, he found himself adrift. The routines that had once kept him grounded were gone, replaced by long, lonely nights and an uncertain future. He tried to stay connected to the game, playing in the NBA D-League and even overseas, but nothing could fill the void left by the NBA. The sense of purpose he once felt was replaced by a growing sense of despair. Photos surfaced, Delonte homeless, wandering the streets, a shadow of his former self. Fans were shocked. The images were jarring. A former NBA player once cheered by thousands, now struggling to survive on the streets. Social media exploded with reactions as people tried to make sense of how someone so talented could fall so far. The headlines were sensational, but the reality was heartbreaking. Delonte's struggles were laid bare for the world to see, a stark reminder of the challenges faced by many former athletes. How could someone so talented fall so far? The question echoed across sports talk shows, online forums, and living rooms around the country. Some blamed the NBA, others pointed to personal choices, but the truth was far more complex. Delonte's story was not just about basketball or fame, it was about the human condition, about the struggles that so many face in silence. His journey forced us to confront uncomfortable truths about mental health, addiction, and the lack of support for those who need it most. But behind every headline, there's a real person. Delonte was more than just a cautionary tale. He was a son, a father, a friend. Those who knew him spoke of his kindness, his sense of humor, and his generosity. They remembered the young man who would stay after games to sign autographs, who would give his last dollar to someone in need. The media often focused on his struggles, but those closest to him never forgot the person behind the headlines. And Delonte's journey reminded us all how fragile life can be, no matter how high we climb. Success and failure are often separated by the thinnest of margins, and the pressures of fame can be overwhelming. Delonte's story is a powerful reminder that we are all vulnerable, that even the strongest among us can struggle. It challenges us to look beyond the surface, to see the humanity in those who are hurting, and to offer compassion instead of judgment. But this isn't just a story of loss, it's about resilience too. Despite everything he faced, Delonte never gave up. He continued to fight, to seek help, to rebuild his life. There were moments of hope, times when he found support from friends, family, and even strangers. Organizations and former teammates reached out, offering assistance and encouragement. Delonte's journey became a testament to the power of perseverance, to the belief that no one is ever beyond redemption. Delonte's former teammates, coaches, and fans rallied behind him, reminding him, and us, that no one is ever truly alone. In 2020, Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban personally intervened, helping Delonte get into rehab and reconnect with his family. The basketball community came together, raising awareness about mental health and advocating for better support systems for athletes. Delonte's story inspired countless others to seek help, to speak out, and to support those in need. The rise and fall of Delonte West isn't just a story about basketball. It's a story about the human spirit, about the challenges we all face, and the strength it takes to keep going. It's about the importance of community, of reaching out to those who are struggling, and of never giving up hope. Delonte's journey is a reminder that our worth is not defined by our successes or failures, but by our ability to rise after we fall. It's about humanity, empathy, and the power of second chances. Delonte West's story is still being written, and while the road has been difficult, it is also filled with hope. His journey challenges us to be kinder, to listen more, and to support those who are struggling, because in the end, we all have battles to fight, and sometimes, a little compassion can make all the difference. Thanks for watching.